Hello, everyone. My name is Erica Soto, and today I will be talking about dual language learners in early childhood education. What is a dual language program? It is an educational approach where academic content and literacy are taught in two languages, aiming to develop high levels of language proficiency, strong academic achievement, and cross cultural understanding in students. These programs typically integrate native speakers of both languages in the same classroom, creating a collaborative environment where students learn from each other. Dual language education programs provide instruction in two languages, typically English and a partner language such as Spanish, Mandarin, or French. The curriculum is designed so that students learn academic subjects such as math, science, social studies, and language arts in both languages. These programs generally start in pre K or kindergarten. Starting early is considered ideal because it takes advantage of children's critical language acquisition period, typically from birth to 5. One of the models used in the dual language program is called the 50-50 or two-way immersion model, which is an educational model that integrates native English speakers and native speakers of another language into the same classroom. In this model, students spend equal time learning in English and the target language, developing bilingualism, biliteracy, and cultural competence. This model provides a consistent balance between both languages throughout all grade levels, and it fosters a strengths based approach in which both native English speakers and native speakers of the target language learn from each other and with each other. This structure promotes collaboration, cross cultural learning, and understanding and real world language application, key aspects in preparing students for a multilingual workforce and global careers. Another model used in dual language programs is the 90-10 or 80-20 one way or full immersion model, which is when all students come from the same linguistic background and are taught a new language for a significant portion of their instruction. Programs with a full immersion model typically serve English speaking students and create an environment in which the target language is used exclusively. Full immersion programs begin in kindergarten with a significantly higher percentage of instruction in the target language, either 90% or 80%. Over time, English instruction gradually increases. Here I included a visual of the full immersion model and the two-way immersion model or 50-50 model. In the full immersion model, 90% of instruction is delivered in the target language, and with time, the English instruction is increased. Whereas in the 50-50 model, the instruction is balanced between the target language and in English all throughout the grades. The three pillars of dual language programs, or the three goals of dual language programs, are for students to achieve bilingualism and biliteracy, which is to develop high levels of fluency and literacy in two languages. Number two is academic achievement, which is to ensure students meet academic standards in both languages. And number three, social cultural competence, to foster an appreciation for and understanding of diverse cultures and traditions. Some strategies used to support DLLs in early childhood education would be to create a supportive and diverse classroom environment. This can be done with the use of visuals, employing gestures, objects, visual schedules to help with transitions, the use of props during conversations, and instructions to help illustrate the meaning of words. Another way could be creating small group activities, provide focused small group activities where children can receive additional exposure to new vocabulary and concept in a supportive setting, encouraging peer interactions, creating opportunities for DLLs to interact with peers who speak their home language and peers who speak the program language. Another way would be to promote the home language. and it's to build on the home language, recognizing that a strong foundation in the home language supports learning in a second language. Another way would be to integrate play based learning. To integrate play based learning for dual language learners creates a linguistically rich play environment that reflects children's cultures and interests, fostering authentic language use through strategies like theme units, social dramatic play, explicit vocabulary instruction, and interactive read alouds in both home and target languages. Lastly, focus on literacy connections. Literacy connections for DLLs in early childhood education involve leveraging their home languages to build a strong foundation for English literacy, using strategies like read alouds in multiple languages, singing songs, engaging in interactive storytelling, and involving families to create a supportive and culturally responsive learning environment. This approach fosters a deeper understanding of language structures, enhancing vocabulary, promoting positive attitudes towards reading and writing in both languages, ultimately leading to greater biliteracy and academic success. What are some advantages of dual language programs? There are cognitive advantages. Students often show improved attention, problem solving skills, and working memory. Bilingualism can lead to increased brain flexibility and make it easier to learn subsequent languages. There are advantages in cultural understanding and connections. These programs foster a deeper appreciation and understanding of different cultures and perspectives, enhancing students' sense of humanity and social skills. There are career readiness advantages. Proficiency in two languages opens more career opportunities, preparing students for a bilingual communication in the workforce. And improve language skills. Students develop mastery in both the native and target languages, leading to higher literacy rates and broader communication skills. Although there are advantages to participating in a dual language program, there are also some challenges. These challenges include a critical shortage of qualified bilingual teachers, difficulties in recruiting them, retaining them, and difficulty in finding those teachers that are committed to dual language education. Professional development. A lack of comprehensive professional development for teachers on second language acquisition and integrating language with content is a major hurdle, especially training on how to differentiate instructions for all levels of language learners and how to accommodate for children with special needs. Curriculum and instructional materials in both English and the partner language. A lack of high quality, authentic, and culturally relevant instructional materials in both languages presents a challenge for biliteracy development. Family engagement. Language barriers and unfamiliarity with the program can make it difficult to engage families. Misconceptions about the dual language program. Some families may misunderstand the benefits of dual language programs or worry they could negatively impact their children's English development. I personally have seen parents enroll their children in dual language programs without researching the school or what a dual language program actually means prior to enrolling their child. Other parents hold misconceptions, such as believing that speaking the home language at home hinders English development or that English only programs are superior to English language learners. Lastly, varying proficiency levels in students. This presents significant challenges in dual language programs by requiring teachers to provide individualized support for a diverse range of learners in both native and target languages, which necessitates differentiated instruction, scaffolding, and ongoing assessment. As I researched this topic, I was able to make connections to theorists we have been learning about, Maslow and Vygotsky. The implementation of dual language programs can address and help fulfill several of the needs in Maslow's hierarchy, particularly those in the upper tiers concerning belonging, esteem, and self actualization. These programs are designed to cultivate bilingualism, biliteracy, and cross cultural competence, which directly support a student's personal and academic development. In addition, Vygotsky's social cultural theory suggests language acquisition is a social process, with children learning through interaction with more knowledgeable others within their zone of proximal development and using language to guide their own learning. Dual language programs align perfectly with this theory by providing rich social interaction and collaborative opportunities, allowing students to acquire both languages through guided participation in a culturally relevant environment. Here I have included a visual of recommendations for dual language programs and learners. Setting the goal and the expectation for students to be literate in both languages is essential for students participating in a dual language program, especially since a dual language program is different than a traditional school. Allocating at least 50% of the time to the language other than English, as seen in the two-way immersion and one-way immersion models. Starting dual language programs in elementary school is key for children to be successful in this kind of program, especially entering in pre K or kindergarten. Children will be able to receive all of the foundational language skills early on. Whereas if they enter later on in the upper grades, although they will continue to learn and acquire the language, they will have challenges acquiring the language since the language of the curriculum would be advanced, and that will mean that the child will need extra support, learning the foundational skills by individualized support, differentiating, and scaffolding. Sustaining at least until eighth grade, and ensuring all subjects are taught in both languages. Educators participating in this program will need to be committed to this model since it isn't the same as traditional foreign language classes or English as a second language program, because in a dual language program, the academic content is delivered in the target language rather than in an isolated program or one class period during the day. This concludes my presentation on dual language programs in early childhood education. I hope that you have gained some valuable information and that you have enjoyed it. Adios.